I saw this shirt laying on the floor and I just threw it on to do this video. And right before I hit record, I realized this is the same shirt I had on for my last video. And I do understand, I did say in my last video, it's my final video for this channel. And when I saw this trailer way earlier today, I thought, kind of wanted, just respond to, what I saw because it's guess it's supposed to be hyped up, and that's the thing. And that's what had me thinking. The only reason I would respond because this is social media gets into. I'm a person that's tired of talking about superhero movies. I do see them, and but I just don't want to get on social media to talk about superhero movie. But I figure, what the hell, do that and just do one more video for if Avengers Doomsday or whatever it's called, Doom, whatever trailer comes out in the next few days. I'll do a response to that trailer. Um, and people, I my mind was always going to be negative, have a negative tone, but it's just when Zack Snyder, and I have to mention it, when he picked out certain actors, it was questionable. Like, it was questionable. Ben Affleck, but like I said, when I was attacking Batman v Superman, I was attacking it hard. And, because people were like, enjoying those videos. And then I saw the movie and I explained the story before it came out of the movie, thinking, guys, you're going to be shocked. Boy, did I enjoy this movie after making several videos about boycotting it. But I was in that whole, thinking that and I still believe that. Actually, why did I think that? Because he hasn't really been in anything. So I guess I didn't think that yet. So I'm going to sit there and say the Aquaman guy can't act. But I think I go with that Aquaman guy can't act because I see him as Aquaman. So I guess I wasn't sure if he could act or not. So what I was going to say is maybe I wasn't sure about Zack Snyder's choices for picks for actors, but no, I think I didn't have any real thoughts on Zack Snyder's choices. I think everything went very well. James Gunn choices have always been what the hell. It's just like how do you go from Russell Crowe to um, I want to do videos like I said, people I can't remember their names. Uh, I don't even know his name. I have a couple of his movies, but I don't know his name. The Bodyguard. I do videos. It happens. Uh, shit, what's his name? But anyways, and then the guy who plays Morpheus. I never knew Morpheus' name because I think Morpheus is a good name for him. And the guy who plays Morpheus from the Matrix. How you go from them to the people that he put in a movie, and the other girl who plays Lois, like how did you go from that to wherever that Superman movie was called? Maybe it was just called Superman, or maybe it's called Superman Returns. I don't know. It's forgettable to me. I honestly would rather honestly have the other Supergirl. To be honest with you, but I'm just saying, like people, it's just mind blowing that like I said several times, it's like that Trump era. How did you go from Russell Crowe? Mike keeps want to say Kevin Spacey, but I know that's not his name. I should know his name. Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner, I think that's his name. And the girl who's actually a good actress. I was amazed when I realized when I saw Television Nights that was actually her because she plays such a different character. But my understanding, she's in that probably nominating Oscar kind of a girl. I don't know too much about her, but I know she's yeah. And the actors that he picked are very questionable, where it show like they can't act. It's just because and they get less of a part. The guy who took Morpheus' spot, I don't even remember him in the movie. Like I don't remember one line he even said. Uh, the people taking Superman's family and replacing those actors. People said, why did he? Why is this family hillbillies? I had a hard time understanding. Are they there for comedy relief? Because or they can't act. I couldn't figure it out. Like I said, because James Gunn's jokes are fart jokes. It only works for the low IQ people. Um, and like I said, Russell Crowe to who had a part to a scene of the guy. I guess he's in certain movies like the A Team. Who it was like everything was less. And that's what this looks like to me. And one thing is, I did want to say get on to more, but the main point is, how did you go from Russell Crowe to Kevin Costner, whatever his name is, Morpheus, and now I can say Ben Affleck because he's the best Batman ever, um, to this, and just be fine with it. And just to mention what is just so weird, the ones they replaced it with barely had any lines, had a point in the movie. There was no point to them. I don't remember majority of their lines, none of them. I can't remember really any line from the movie. I think the biggest actor he had, and he's not even a big actor, is the guy that played Lex Luthor, and he's not really a good actor to me. I never really saw him play any scenes where I felt like, oh, he's a really good actor. But I'm just saying that I think he's a better actor than all of them. And but anyway, so that's the main thing. I'm just like, and I want to make sure it's clear because I don't know if I said this. Is so I said I'm just done with James Gunn universe, but my mind kept thinking, well, the next one's not really directed by him, So and and so it'd be kind of like rude to be negative towards the actor and the other director. But this is the thing. I used to watch two people. Some guy starts with a K, that he always has his review first coming out of the trailer. I mean, out of the theater, out of theater reviews. I don't know his name, but I've done videos about him. And beyond the trailer, and they said exactly what I was thinking. And I didn't look and see if there was any like thumbnails were like, oh my god, I don't never click those. I never click those at all, or like I don't remember. I can't remember them all, but I remember one of the main things people do is oh my, and it's just like come on to people, it's just a trailer. Um, but the guy with the K, he said the same thing I was thinking, made me just want like kind of like want to roll my eyes with the dog. I'm glad he noticed this, pissing on the newspaper. That's fart jokes. Am I supposed to laugh? Because and Beyond the Trader brought up two things, and he actually brought this up. It really looked like it was directed by James Gunn. It really felt like Guardians of the Galaxy. And the next thing is, she said the girl doesn't look like she should be in a leading role. And when I was watching it, I was sitting there thinking about how she had like no emotions. Like I remember how hate channels would attack something like Captain Marvel. Is it Captain Marvel? Yeah, Captain Marvel, or what's it called, Star Wars One or something like that, where they're like trying to mock her because I guess they're supposed to be hated by a hate channel. And I was thinking, I imagine this movie was supposed to be hated by a hate channel. They'll be mocking those things of her having an emotional range of a bagel, like one of those homegrown shitty bagels that no one likes. But like I said, it's it's just like one of those things. Like I said, certain scripts, no matter if you're a good actor, there's nothing you can do, and that's what this looks like. And I guess she's probably in somewhere where her powers aren't strong or something, and it's just gonna be lame. So it's gonna be like she's only strong as the script allows her to be. But knowing that, so it's like one of those things like you're just watching, and part of me thought maybe I'll take my kids, even though I'm just done with that universe. But I figured if my kids can enjoy something, because I said I feel like only thing that drives me to it is I like to see something different. And seeing a girl, and I know they have the Captain Marvel and all that, but it feels like different than that, you know, and more, action to it, like more CGI. And I think it like, my Blu-ray collection, I think, do I have any movies like this? The answer is no, as in like a girl wise. Wonder Woman doesn't have that vibe, but it looks bad where I don't think of ever buying it. But it looks something like maybe be entertaining for kids, but I feel like it really seems like it's a movie that's going to drag like her acting skills. I have not I think I've seen something she's in the show for like Game of Thrones where it's like some kind of prequel. I haven't seen it, but this looks bad as in her acting wise so far. And I guess the blue guy, I always forget his name. I guess it's the Aquaman guy. So, um, I think they're hiding that he's going to be goofy too. So he comes in with his like dark look, but in reality, he's gonna be goofy too. And I want to do a video, but I don't have time to do it, so I'm just gonna add it on the title because I'm gonna say at the end. I know I was sitting there asking myself why for Toy Story 5 where we're on. Why is Woody with him? Because I don't remember the last Toy Story, but I thought they went their separate ways. This is a new Woody. She replaced Woody, and this is a new Woody, and the other Woody's out and free. I bet you. That's my prediction. I always like to predict things, and I'm just pretty sure that this is a new Woody. The other Woody, if that is right, that they went their separate ways, this is not the same Woody. He's just gonna have the same actor, blah blah. And the old Woody, is having whatever. And they do a sequel, they'll meet the old Woody again. So this is the only way because I think it makes no sense when Woody it ends with him not needing humans, and he realized that to my understanding, that he can be happy without humans, like always needing humans. And the owner and to make him go back and needing humans, it's just not going to make any sense. So it's not Woody. It's the other. It's a replacement Woody. And Woody left, and she was missing that Woody. Decided to, and then she replaced him. How could you replace them when they were out of Woody's? Where we're Toy Story 2, I think it was like hard to get. Whatever. All right, peace. Gotta go.